Hi guys, welcome back to the Girltalk podcast. It's your girl Pi, and today we are back with another special episode with a special guest. Can you introduce yourself to us and the topic you chose to talk about?
Okay. Hi guys, my name is Rimbanet. I'm 15 years old and I'm from Fez. I'm a high schooler and a teenager. And the subjects I'm going to talk about, and I want to talk about like literally all the time, is like how girls have, how like we treat girls and how like the population and society treats girls different than boys in a lot of matters.
And that's actually one of the reasons I was so excited to film this episode with her, because I posted this forum where people could fill up if they wanted to talk about the episode, like about the topic they want to talk about in the episode, and this was her response. One interested topic for discussion is the discrimination that many young girls face in their everyday lives. For example, girls are often expected to follow stricter rules regarding their clothing, behavior, social lives, and independence than boys. Why do these different expectations exist, and how do they affect young girls' confidence, opportunities, and freedom? Exploring this issue could help us better understand the challenges many girls face and how society can promote greater equality, because what young girls are living right nowadays is nowhere near the equality the system promotes. I also think it's a great idea because most girls have this problem. I love this answer, to be honest. I loved it. I'm so excited for today's episode, Reem.
Thank you. I'm also excited. Well, you can start with any question you want.
Okay, so what do you think is the most common form of discrimination women face today?
I think like we'll start by like the first point, like where women like really feel the discrimination, and I would say it's in high school, because let's be honest, there is no equality in high school between girls and boys. Maybe like I'm not talking about the education. When it comes to education, it's the same thing. But like now I'm talking about the rules. For example, girls need to wear uniform, boys don't. Girls don't need to wear makeup. For example, I'm talking about my school. In my school, if a girl doesn't wear the uniform, even if she has like, even if she has a reason, they forced her to call her parent. Like she can't study without the uniform, like the Moroccan uniform tabliya.
Yeah. And
this is not equality at all. While boys can wear anything, can wear shorts, can curse, can do a lot of bad things that shouldn't be even allowed at schools, girls get punished for literally not wearing the uniform. It's not even uniform.
exactly, the whole concept of it is so weird to me, because if you
There could be like a dressing code. Maybe that will be logic, like for all students, even boys. But like, don't tell me to do something when like the other one is not. Like we're equal. We're both students here to study.
exactly, like if you're going to use it as an excuse of uniform, why don't boys wear it? And if it's the purpose of covering up, then simply just put like a dress code or something.
Yeah, and like first of all, why would our clothing affect teachers and boys? Why? Just why?
Exactly. It's like we're taught that we are the problem. It's like,
Yeah, when it's not even near the problem. Like the real problem should be why? Why those boys and why those teacher would get affected by our clothes? Why? Ask the question to them, not to us.
exactly, like go to the root of the problem.
Like anything that happens in the world, they come back to the women. Like anything. For example, even when it's like rape or something like that, like this, what were you wearing? Like, why is it your business?
Exactly,
I think
it shouldn't be a problem. And you know what? The thing is that this kind of gender discrimination has a lot of effects on women, and not just like from society. So can you tell us, how does gender discrimination affect women's career opportunities? Because we know they do.
Yeah, like first of all, in school, in school, there is this difference And of course, like I have an idea that like when your confidence just go down, your chances of really like making it, like doing something great are like lower. Because when you don't have confidence in yourself, you don't have confidence when you're standing in the society, in the population, you cannot do something great.
Exactly, I agree.
So like when the confidence of a woman gets lower, then it's over. There is no way out. Because like the population in the society will try to tell her what to do.
People just love controlling women.
Yeah.
So can you tell us, how does gender discrimination affect women's career opportunities?
I mean, career opportunities, for example. Let's like take the slowest like thing. When you see like two teachers, like for example math teachers, I know like this is not something we talk about like out loud, but like for example you see two teachers, are you gonna respect the math teacher or the female teacher? They're gonna say, oh, the female teacher has lower education, they don't know anything, but they will speculate, they will say the math teacher is like better, like the male one. When maybe like the female has more education than him. Just because he's a male doesn't mean he's better. Doesn't mean he has a better career. Doesn't mean he could do the job better.
Exactly, and we've discussed this in a previous episode called Stereotypes About Women. People will always assume that the women have less education. It's a stereotype.
Most women, when you like go for example like to job places, to offices, and like you compare two office workers, you're gonna sometimes, like most of the time, you find the women have like a more education than the male. Why? Because like for her to get accepted in that job, she needs to be literally perfect. Well, the male could be like have like 1 degree, or like even not some like perfect degree, like he's not perfect, and he's gonna get the job so easily. Well, the female will need to have 3 degrees, PhD, masters, like a lot of things. Why? Just why? We are the same. I have better education than you. Why should you be prioritized over me? Because I'm a woman.
Exactly. Super like normalized and super common. And speaking of like,
mostly in Arab countries.
yeah,
Mostly in Arab.
unfortunately.
Like America, Europe, like places like that. This discrimination, it's still there. Of course, it's still there. Like we can't get rid of it. But like it's lower. It's not that much compared to here in Morocco or like in other countries.
Yeah, we still have this kind of conservative view over like what should women do and what they're allowed to do, etc.
There's a lot of women still in Morocco right now in 2026 that doesn't have the right to go study. There is still women in 2026 that doesn't have the right to go, I don't know, like they need to get married at 14, at 15. Still here in Morocco in 2026, where in America, like it's the total difference.
Shocking numbers, seriously. So why do you think, speaking of office, like discrimination, why does the gender pay gap still exist in many countries? Why do women get paid less than men when they're literally performing the same tasks?
It's about society. Our society is male-centered, and it has been for centuries. And now, like, just like years ago, just a few years ago, that started like to change. So like for us to become equals, we have a lot of work, a lot of manifestation, a lot of talking to do to be like them. Because like our society is male-centered. It was from the beginning. That's why there is this big gap.
Yeah, and you know why? Because we're the thing is that we are often told to follow what was already existing. Like if there was this stupid rule that everybody would follow, nobody would dare to question it, and that's how society just mixes like cultural traditions versus what's actually right in like the law or like the religion.
Yeah.
So
The
speak,
society,
yeah,
and we need to change it, because if we don't change it, us as female population, no one is gonna change it. No
exactly.
one. If we don't talk, who is gonna talk?
Change should start now, not tomorrow. So, how do cultural traditions influence the treatment of women? Because we spoke about how society can affect. What does the cultural tradition do?
When we talk about culture, even culture is affected a little bit by religion, and I don't really want to talk about religion.
But like, there's a difference between culture and religion. Let's agree on that.
As Moroccan, our culture is really affected by religion. If we talk about real Moroccan culture, we need to talk about Amazigh people. But if we talk about like the Moroccan right now, our culture right now, it's deeply affected by religion.
To be honest, in my opinion, it's not that it's affected by religion. It's that society convinced us that like it's affected by religion. Like if you look at it,
I'm totally okay. I'm totally like sure of that, because like there is a bunch of things that were never said in our religions,
exactly.
and the society make it seem like it was in our religion. Wait, it was never there. Sometimes prohibited, and the society make it seem like it was there, like it is there. Well, it's not. So like we should give everyone like the right to do whatever they want, no matter what, like the religion or like the rules.
Exactly. And you know what? It's because society keeps putting this kind of barriers to prevent women and putting the excuse that it's for religion and for culture. What can you tell us about these barriers? What barriers prevent women from reaching like their dream job, their dream educational level? What kind of barriers does society put on women?
There is a bunch, like a lot of barriers. I can't even like tell all of them. First of all, one of like the very common one I heard, and I know a lot of girls, my family, my cousin, my friends have the same problem. Like for example, the girl is like super good. She's like super good at studying. She's like a genius, and then she comes to her family. For example, she gets a scholarship abroad. Or in another like city and something. They will be like, no, you're not going there. Why? Because you're a woman.
Is this a true story?
What?
Is this a true story?
Yeah, like not for me, but like one of my cousins and one of my friends like older sisters, because
Yeah.
like I'm just 15, so
Yeah.
and it's a true story. Why wouldn't I go there? Because you're a woman.
That's so sad.
That's not sad. That should make us angry. That shouldn't make us sad.
It's sad for the girl. But yeah, it's making me angry. If it's about anger, yeah, it's making me angry. I'm so pissed.
I mean, okay, you're my father. Doesn't mean you're going to tell me what to do in my career. I'm not going there to have fun, or I'm not going there to be, I don't know, like a striptease or something like that. No, I'm going to study. Like I got a scholarship.
The problem is, it's not that the girl would have like a history of bad behavior or something. The father would like just simply not trust her because she's a girl. If it was a boy, he would have his full trust on him.
Literally, boys in our society, for example, families like Moroccan families, they're literally themselves. They send the boy abroad, or they send the boy to another city. Why? Because he's a man. Because he should like know what's in the world. Because he should get experience. Well, it's the same thing.
Exactly.
And just like that boy is super dumb. Sometimes that boy is like hugely dumb. Like he literally doesn't have a degree. He's not going to study. He's just going to have fun and do things that Allahu Alam wants.
Exactly. And like girls keep, even if it comes to like, even if you try to make it an intellectual excuse, like saying that boys have potential and they're the ones that are going to reach higher levels of education, studies prove that like like for example in Saudi Arabia, 80% of like people who attend universities are women. And even in like schools, or like generally Moroccan public schools, most people who get the highest grades are always girls. Always girls are the ones that are at the top of their
You
class.
should ask the question why. Why are we the people who get the higher grade? Because we work harder. We work harder to be recognized. Recognized.
Exactly.
We work harder
Because
to be in the same level as a dumbass man.
exactly, because a girl getting a low grade is not like a boy getting a low grade. If a boy got a low grade, he would just like, oh, he's just young, he doesn't know what he's doing yet. But if a
they would be like, oh, leave that boy. You know how boys are. No, like, don't yell at him. He's just a boy.
Exactly.
He has a brain. He's functioning. He's going to study every day at school. What is he doing at school if he's not studying? Why should we give him the excuse of he is a boy?
Exactly. So, how does discrimination affect women's mental health and self-esteem? Because we know it does. Let's talk about that. Let's talk how this issue that we face is affecting us deeply.
Mental health. Mental health. The discrimination affects women's mental health more than anything in this world. I swear to God. Your mental, like, you become sick of it sometimes. Like when you see the inequality, when you see rules that apply to you, when you see things that are like, you need to, like orders, you need to do that. Why? When you ask like the question why, oh, it's because a boy. Or like for example, when someone tell you're not going to wear that, you're not going to wear that skirt. Why wouldn't I wear that skirt? Because there will be boys there. Like, dude, that's my body. I should wear whatever I want. Why wouldn't I wear a skirt because he's there?
Exactly.
He should have his own business.
Seriously, like, it's always protect your daughter, but it's not educate your son.
Yeah, that's like one of the things I will never understand. I would never understand them. It's not even protective. It's like sometimes it makes the female, the girl, the woman, it makes her sick.
Seriously. And speaking of
self-esteem, even the self-esteem of that girl, or that, because like that young girl, like there is a young girl, you tell her she's like a 11, you tell her don't wear that skirt, you're not going to wear that skirt, or like don't go to that sleepover, or like don't go with your friends. Why? Because she has a brother, or there will be a man there, or there will be something there. Imagine that young girl mentality, her self-esteem will like go like lower, or it will go lower obviously. Like she doesn't always feel like anything she does needs to be related to a man.
And we're building and teaching girls to always fear boys and always fear men.
There is something like I want to talk about.
Yeah.
And like even it's about women and like men. Like sometimes like the insults that are thrown as a woman. For example, when a woman like she wears clothes she wants, or like some like short skirts or like top tie sleeveless or something like that, they'd be like, you're fatherless. Or like for example, when there is a single mom, they be like, oh my god, you're a single mom, you're bad. But don't you see that like in all of these cases, the man is the problem? Because the father left his daughter, because the man got that girl pregnant and left her.
Exactly. Like even when it clearly says,
she's the victim sometimes.
Exactly. Like we're blaming her for being the victim. Make sense?
Yeah. In what word would that make sense?
In no word. Our word. Sadly, angrily, it's the truth. But people are so not aware of this, even though it's like, it's not that they're not aware, they choose not to be aware of it, they choose to ignore it. They choose what kind of problems they care about, and they choose what kind of problems they ignore.
Don't ignore it. They just go in like they go in male side. They don't ignore it. They know about it. They hear about it. They see it every day, but they choose to go in male side.
They choose to ignore it, yeah. So let's talk about politics for a bit. Can you tell us in what ways are women underrepresented in politics? Give us an example in Moroccan politics.
Let's just take Morocco. Let's just take Morocco. Like the number of politicians that are men and the number of politicians that are women. First of all, when we go voting, like ask anyone, your parents, your grandparents, your aunts, your uncle. When you're going to go with them, like vote, they're gonna be like, oh my god, no, I'm not voting for a woman. I'm gonna vote for a male. He's like more qualified for the job. Excuse me, why wouldn't you like vote for the woman when the woman is literally like a Harvard degree woman? She has a PhD, she has a master, she has like 3 degrees. Why wouldn't you vote for her and then vote for a man that literally have maybe no degrees and that just like there for fun? Why? Because she's a woman?
Exactly.
In what word isn't she qualified in? What isn't she qualified in?
I feel like one of the main reasons that this happens, the underrepresentation of women in politics, is because people have this idea that a good politician or a good leader is always somebody who's like angry, has anger issues, is always yelling, and has a loud voice, is controlling.
Really not like a good politician. A good
Exactly.
leader is a good leader who's someone who knows equality in everything. A leader is someone that knows right and that knows good.
A good leader is a calm leader.
Is that?
A calm leader, like someone who's calm, who's not angry.
Yeah, no, someone who knows how to use their emotions.
Yeah.
Sorry, but like someone who has anger issues, how is he like going to, how is he going to lead? If you're gonna get angry at anything I do, like, dude,
Exactly.
go find you a job that is not like angry, that you wouldn't get angry in, and even in that job, I bet he's going to get angry anyway.
Seriously, like, go get therapy at this point.
Yeah, one of the things like in Morocco, like, why don't we normalize therapy? Therapy should be normalized.
I feel like people don't really normalize it until it's like an extreme case. Like, it's not normal to just go to therapy if you're like struggling with a simple issue.
Therapy should be something normal. Therapy should be something we have in schools, we have in like hospitals. We do not even have like good hospitals. Let's be honest, how are we gonna have therapy if we don't even have good schools and good hospitals? We do not even have like good like suburbs.
That's a wild topic, but people just simply don't want to talk about it.
No, the new generation talks about it. It's just they're not angry enough. They should be angry more about it.
So can you tell us, Reem, what does gender discrimination impact girls' access to education? Because we know it does.
I would say that like mostly in cities there is, of course, but like there isn't like a lot. Most girls go to schools, and like the problem is most girls go to schools and boys don't want to go to schools. That's the problem. And then we have like in suburbs and in countryside, that's the very big problem. Why? Because like in the suburbs and countryside, like most of the time you only find like a middle school and primary school.
Not even middle school, it's just like primary.
No, they added like middle school because like in the past it was like just elementary school.
Yeah.
And like for what? Like the women, like the boys go to the city and study, but the girls, their parents be like, we're not gonna send you. You're gonna get married. Because like when they're like they finish middle school, they're like 15 or 14. Like I graduated middle school at like I think 14.
Yeah.
And like they told you're gonna get married. What do you mean by going to school in another city? It's not safe. You're a girl. You can't go there. Like, dude, you can't. I have the right in education. Give me that right.
And unfortunately, it's not like a problem that was in the past, and we're like over it now.
It's real now.
Yeah.
It didn't change.
And in shocking numbers.
Build schools in countryside. Build school in countryside, literally. Why wouldn't you? You spend
I
a
feel like
lot of money on a bunch of things that are like of no use. When in reality, we need like the population, your society, your people need a lot of shit, and you're like out there like building like new restaurants for the rich, like new hotels, new things for like the rich people, and leaving like the poor people of the countryside with nothing, not even schools, not even water, not even good habitation.
I feel like it's like deeper than just like simply building schools, because unfortunately, even if the school was next door, the parents will not allow their daughter to like go.
No, I think that like with like the new internet, like you have TikTok, Instagram, all this. I think parents would literally would like let their daughters like go study if like the school was near. I think that will be a problem, of course. In like some places there is people who wouldn't like want their daughters to go study, but like I think most of countryside people would let their daughters study.
Yeah, but like the issue here is not the distance. It's the fact of like people limiting women.
The only fact that fathers and family take in their mind is like this girl is going to study in the city. In the city, she's gonna meet boys. She's gonna meet like new people. Maybe bad friends. She's gonna become bad. Maybe she will do like things that I don't approve of. Why would I send the girl study there? Like the problem is they don't believe. They say, I know, like, my dear girl, I believe in you. I just don't believe in society. Dude, if you believe, I'm going to school.
Exactly.
Why am I going to get hurt? Why don't you believe in me?
And instead of like limiting them, they should find ways on how to protect them. If they're like scared for their girls, let's say they should find a relative who's willing to take care of her, instead of giving limits to her, to the girls, like limiting her.
Believe in your daughter. Believe in her.
She's exactly. Why are we not trusting her? Did she do something? And most of the time she didn't.
Yeah.
Speaking of social media, what role does the media play in reinforcing or challenging stereotypes about women?
Well, a lot of women like posts hashtags, feminism, everything on social media, and I'm like, dude, social media is the way to make people like know the information. Like post as much things as you could, because like social media is what make people like realize things sometimes.
Exactly.
Social media.
It's our voice.
Media is helping women. Yeah, social media is helping women, I guess.
And it's brought to my
because obviously in social media there is a part of men who will hate, a man who will like of course like hate the feminism, hate the posts about the feminism, hate like women on social media.
Exactly. Social media has brought attention to many issues regarding women in a lot of different countries.
It brought like good attention and bad attention, because like there is no fire without like the ink.
Yeah, it's like the issues that happened in South Africa, and the Taliban restrictions on women in Afghanistan, and a lot of issues. People are now aware of it worldwide just because of social media.
Absolutely okay with that.
Yeah. So how do workplace policies help gender equalities or hinder them?
I think when we come like to real work in the office, I'm not talking about like the recruitment or like, I think when we come to like work, like I think it's the same amount of work for both men and women. I think there is one problem is like, for example, most women when they're gonna work, they're gonna give all their heart in their work, while the man will give zero shit about the work. He's gonna like do the strict minimum to not get fired.
They'll take it less seriously because they're not worried about losing their job.
Even in activities, even in a lot of things. Of course, I'm not talking about all men. There is like that little percentage of male population that is good, and I know a lot of them. So when I talk about male like population, I'm talking like about some people. Well, there are some people that are good, that respects, and that work hard.
Exactly. And unfortunately, the majority is what?
Yeah, the problem is it's the majority
Yeah.
of men that are the problem.
So, as a final question, what steps can society take to achieve greater gender equality in the future?
Manifesting and fighting and not fearing anyone. Those are like the three. Manifesting, not fearing anyone, and like fighting. Fight for your beliefs. Fight for what you believe in. Because if you don't fight, no one will fight for you. Mostly for us.
Duh,
If we
yeah.
don't fight, if we aren't like fighting together, no one is gonna fight for us.
Our voices are louder than you think.
Hmm?
I said our voices are louder than you think. Your voice...
Like, work hard. You're telling me I'm not gonna get in that position, then I swear to God I'm gonna get in that position. If
Exactly.
you like it or you don't like it, I'm gonna fight for that position. Not be like, oh, okay, fine, I'm gonna find something else, or oh, like I should get married, or no, fight.
Exactly. So, thank you so much, Reem, for your time. And I enjoyed this episode with you. And if you guys are interested to speak with me in an episode, I will leave the link of the form down below so you can fill up and have your episode chit chat with me. So that's it for today. Thank you guys so much. Can you say bye, Reem?
Can I say something by the way?
Yeah, of course.
Like I'm a blog. I have a blog on like teenagers. So if you wanna like go, or anyone wanna go, like check it out, because I'm gonna like post soon like an article about women's rights and teens, like girls that are in high school, and like the rules that are applied to them by the school and society that doesn't make sense. So if you wanna like go check it out, it's on Medium. It's Pages of a Teen Mind.
If you can just send me the link, I will be more than happy to put it in the description box.
Okay, thank you a lot.
That's it, guys. Bye bye. See you next time.